Welcome back to The Time of Your Life. I'm your host, Ethel Rasmussen. Resources provide options by empowering decision-making with choices. With us today is Debbie Orlove, Community Business Liaison at the Department of Aging, who will share information about Community Resources 2019. Welcome to the show, Debbie.
Thank you, Ethel. Thank you for inviting me.
The Baltimore County Department of Aging creates and publishes this annual resource directory called Community Resources. Can you share information about this publication?
Oh my gosh, I love talking about this publication. Baltimore County Department of Aging is so proud of Community Resources. We publish 90,000 copies a year, and it's distributed for an entire year. And it's also a regional publication. I'm not sure if many people know that, but it's regional because of our partnerships with the Baltimore City Health Department, their Division on Aging Services, and also we've expanded the last 2 years, and we're just so thrilled to have the Baltimore County Commission on Disabilities, because both of those partnerships have added so much value and content to the overall publication.
Why is the Community Resource Directory so important to Baltimore?
Well, it's interesting you should ask that question, because here we are celebrating our 22nd edition, and you have to imagine that something that's published for 22 years is something that's very valuable to the public. So we published this. This is a book, and I always say this whenever I talk about the book, it's really one-stop shopping, because there's really something in there for everyone, regardless of where you're located in the city or county or even outside of Baltimore. There's state and federal programs in the book, but it gives you everything you need to know, because aging is such an individual experience, and you may have very different needs at different portions of your life, different stages, and also, you know, maybe you're interested in finding out a great senior center where you can participate in programs, or potentially you need medical equipment, or, you know, some other kinds of services. So it's one-stop shopping.
What are some of the new and enhanced features in the book?
So everyone always asks me that question about the book, and it's interesting because every year this book goes through such an intensive process to kind of revise it. Mary was here the segment before myself, and Mary talked about MAP, and actually our team works very closely with Mary to create the book, and Mary's team. And this goes, not only are the information in this book updated and revised every year and enhanced, but also Mary uses this information to update her database. So when people call MAP, they get the most updated information as well. But you know, we always add something all the time to it. There's always new programs, new grants. Unfortunately, there's some programs that go out of business for one reason or another. But we, with the help of Baltimore City government, as well as the Baltimore County Commission on Disabilities, and our staff who put a lot of attention into this book, we create a publication every year that's really the most recent and versatile for our communities.
Where can our viewers find this publication?
So the best place to get the publication, Baltimore County has 20 senior centers throughout Baltimore County. So any one of those senior centers has it, as well as Baltimore City Senior Centers has it as well. The libraries in Baltimore County also has it. You could also you know, in some situations, people are unable to leave their home, maybe they're homebound or caregivers. They could always call our MAP office at 410-887-2594. Or we also provide distribution, bulk distribution for hospitals, different corporations, retirement communities. So they could feel free to call me at 410-887-2012, and I'll connect them with Peggy Dryden, who handles the bulk distribution for the book.
Wonderful. I also understand that this is a revenue-producing publication. Can you explain that to our viewers?
Yes, we're so proud that we could produce this book every year without costing Baltimore County government any revenue. The book actually supports our volunteer program, and if you're looking in the book, you'll see large ads and blue highlighted ads, and those ads pay for not only the publication of 90,000 copies, but also it pays for a volunteer luncheon that we have. Actually, it's coming up. It's May 16th, in which we honor up to 1,200 volunteers, all of whom are 60 years of age and older, and who have contributed 100 hours or more volunteer service.
That's wonderful. For those businesses, nonprofits, and individuals that are interested in advertising in community resources or in learning more about it, who should they contact?
Please contact me. I would love to talk with them. This book is a wonderful opportunity to connect to our audience. And let me say this too, that of course our audience is older adults, but it's also baby boomers, caregivers. Mary mentioned persons with disabilities over 18. And there's a huge professional audience that use this book. In fact, we placed the book online several years ago because I would always get calls from them saying, I just gave my last publication away to one of my clients. Can you send me more, or can I pick up more? So the book is also online. Please call me at 410-887-2012, or feel free to send me an email at dorlove@baltimorecountymd.gov. And also, there's other opportunities that they can become involved with, like the Power of Age Expo. We have a walk run coming up. We always have new things that businesses that cater to our population can become involved with and really connect directly with their customers, patients, or clients.
That's wonderful. Thank you for being on the show today, Debbie. I'll look forward to your next segment about senior center travel and senior box office and what's happening in the other areas.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
In keeping with the theme of today's show, remember to connect with BCDA via social media. Friend BCDA on Facebook to stay in the know about BCDA's events and other information through multiple daily postings, as well as photos on Instagram and Flickr. We're going to take a short break. When we return, we'll conclude today's show with exciting news about travel, senior box office, and what's happening at your local center.